countries around the world, businesses around the world, individuals around the world are trying to now hedge their positions and also trying to move away or trying to have exposure in different kinds of currencies as well. Welcome back to our channel where we deep dive into the world of finance and economics. Today, we have a very important topic to discuss that has been making headlines and causing widespread concern: the impact of US overprinting on the global economy. The United States, being the world's largest economy, holds a significant influence over global financial markets. However, recent monetary policy and the practice of overprinting money have raised questions about its long-term consequences. In this video, we will explore 7 key reasons why US overprinting is causing growing apprehension around the world. Moreover, we'll discuss the intricate web of global economic imbalances that arise from these practices. By shedding light on these 7 reasons, we aim to provide you with comprehensive understanding of the challenges posed by US overprinting. We'll present compelling data and statistics to support our analysis, giving you valuable insights into the current state of the global economy. If you're ready to explore the impact of US overprinting and the reasons it's causing global concerns, make sure to stay tuned for the entire video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to never miss an update from our channel. Reason number 1, inflationary pressure. Overprinting leads to an increase in money supply, which can trigger inflationary pressures. If you look at the CPI over the past few months, over the course of since COVID started, and even inflation rates in the US and globally, we've seen how it spiked up, brought about by the printing that they did during COVID. Please do remember this, that they've printed a massive amount of US dollars over the past 3 years as compared to what the US did in all of its entire history. That's the amount of printing that actually happened. That's why it's quite alarming, because it's not just going to impact us for the short term, it will have a massive impact as well to our children and our children's children. Reason number 2, currency devaluation. Excessive money printing can result in the devaluation of the US dollar. And do look at it this way: the same amount of, say, $100 or $1,000, because there's a massive amount of it out there, the value that it could buy would be lesser. If there's more money moving around, it will cost more to be able to buy the same amount. It will cost more to be able to buy the same item, the same furniture, the same piece of clothing or food that you're actually purchasing. Number 3, loss of global confidence. Overprinting erodes trust and confidence in the US dollar as a reserve currency. Look at certain countries' central banks' diversification away from the US dollar and increase gold purchases. You can also look at what China is doing as they're trying to supplant or trying to beat the US in terms of being the global reserve currency. I don't know if people will trust China, but what I do know is countries around the world, businesses around the world, individuals around the world are trying to now hedge their positions and also trying to move away or trying to have exposure in different kinds of currencies as well. Reason number 4, asset bubbles. Excess liquidity from overprinting can fuel speculative activities and inflate asset prices. And that's the main reason why we saw the stock market, crypto market, and even real estate start to move up in 2020 and 2021, because there was an excess of liquidity. When there's an excess of liquidity, money has to flow somewhere. And when we were in lockdown, money went into asset classes like the real estate market, the crypto market, and the stock market, because it had to flow somewhere. And that caused a massive buying push towards those assets. That's why when the liquidity got sucked out, we saw markets start to drop, we saw markets start to correct, because the main reason for it pushing up was not something that was fundamentally driven, was not something that was economically driven, but it was just because there was an excess of dollars in the system. Reason number 5, wealth inequality. Overprinting tends to benefit asset owners and exacerbate wealth inequality. Those who owned assets, stocks, crypto, real estate, they saw their assets start to move up, hence they became wealthier. As they became wealthier, their net worth started to increase even more and they were able to purchase more stuff. But those that didn't have any assets, They just saw the value of what they could purchase start to dwindle and start to diminish over a stretched period of time. Massive printing just pushed a greater degree of wealth inequality. Asset owners are the ones that are benefiting from all of this. So if there's one thing that's an insight also from all of this that I'm saying, focus on building assets, focus on building a base, focus on investing, because at the end of the day, we can't control how governments would push and do stuff, but we can control how we deploy our capital. And deploying our capital into buying assets, I think, gives us a better chance, a fairer shot also of winning. Reason number 6, burden on future generations. Overprinting increases the national debt burden, impacting future generations. Check out how the growth of the national debt over time has massively increased, and the debt to GDP ratio. And this will lead to long-term consequences to our children's children. Reason number 7, global economic imbalances. US overprinting disrupts global economic balance and creates spillover effects. Look at trade imbalances, capital flows, and the financial vulnerabilities across countries affected by US monetary policies. With these 7 reasons, we can gain a deeper understanding of how US overprinting affects the world economy. But in my opinion, how do you hedge against all of this? That's why Bitcoin was created. Bitcoin is scarce. Bitcoin is limited. Bitcoin is secure. Bitcoin is decentralized, and it gives the middle class, it gives the normal retailer a shot of self-custodying their own assets. But not just that, holding an asset that's detached from the US monetary system, that could not be overprinted, that could not be inflated, holding something that's scarce, the digital representation of gold, something that cannot be controlled, something that could not be inflated, something that can protect retailers, investors, and the normal person, allowing them to have a store of value for the assets and the wealth that they have. The US overprinting can cause a lot of issues, and it's already and has caused a lot of issues to everyone around the world, diluting the value of the dollar, creating larger inequality. How do you solve this? Right here, right now, take the time to study asset classes that are a store of value, that's detached from the US monetary system, that's something that's scarce, something that can protect you from inflation, something that can give you a fighting chance over the long term. And I do believe that's Bitcoin. So I hope that this was something that was insightful for all of you. This wasn't meant to scare you, but give you a glimpse of what you can do to win in spite of the overprinting that the US government has done. If you like videos like this, like, share, subscribe, and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing. So that's it for now. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon. God bless you all.